Once upon a time, in a bustling village surrounded by a lush forest, there lived a kind and hard-working man named Ali Baba. He was a poor woodcutter who spent his days chopping wood with his trusty donkey to earn a living. Despite his humble beginnings, Ali Baba had a pure heart and a strong sense of justice. His simple life was filled with joy as he found contentment in the beauty of nature and the company of his loyal donkey. One day, Ali Baba ventured deep into the forest to gather wood for the villagers. As he swung his axe, his mind wandered to the challenges he would face when his supply of wood ran out. What would he do then? He knew he couldn't rely on chance forever. Suddenly, through the trees, Ali Baba noticed a group of men riding fast towards him. Startled, he quickly hid behind a large rock, hoping to avoid any potential danger. Peeking from behind the rock, he watched curiously as the men came to a halt. To his astonishment, there were exactly 40 of them. The men were well equipped, wearing fine clothes and carrying weapons. As they regrouped, Ali Baba listened intently, eager to understand their purpose. The men discussed various matters until their leader turned to the rest. With a confident air, he declared, "I say to you, open sesame." In unison, the men echoed his command, "Open sesame." As if by magic, the ground before them rumbled, and a previously hidden cave entrance revealed itself. Ali Baba gasped in awe as the men rode their horses into the cave. Moments later, they disappeared from view. Curiosity overwhelmed him, and Ali Baba decided to investigate. Taking a deep breath, he stepped out from his hiding spot and approached the cave entrance. Nervously, Ali Baba placed his hand on the rock and repeated the magic words, "Open sesame." The cave rumbled once more, and the entrance creaked open, revealing a dark and mysterious interior. With a mix of excitement and fear, Ali Baba stepped inside, leaving the safety of the forest behind. As Ali Baba ventured deeper into the cave, his eyes struggled to pierce the darkness. Fear began to creep in, making each step feel like a journey into the unknown. The silence was heavy, amplifying the sound of his own heartbeat. Then, as his eyes slowly adjusted to the dim light filtering through cracks in the cave ceiling, an extraordinary sight unfolded before him. Ali Baba found himself in a vast chamber filled to the brim with unimaginable riches. Mountains of gold coins glittered, sparkling jewels adorned every surface, and chests overflowed with precious gems. It was a treasure trove beyond his wildest dreams. Overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of wealth, Ali Baba felt a mix of disbelief and wonder. How could such riches exist hidden away in a secret cave? The sight left him speechless, and he stood mesmerized by the dazzling display of fortune. In that moment, Ali Baba realized that his life was forever changed. The discovery of this hidden treasure held the potential to transform his future, offering him unimaginable opportunities and luxuries he had never dared to dream of before. After taking some of the treasure, Ali Baba carefully closed his eyes, picturing the tired face of his beloved wife. The image fueled his determination to return home as swiftly as possible, eager to share his incredible discovery with her. With renewed energy, Ali Baba retraced his steps, navigating the familiar forest paths with ease. As he approached his humble abode, a wide smile spread across his face, illuminating the joy that filled his heart. Upon entering their modest home, Ali Baba's wife's face erupted into a radiant smile, reflecting the awe and amazement that mirrored his own. Together they reveled in the extraordinary fortune they now possessed, knowing that it was just the beginning of their extraordinary journey. Their lives were about to change in ways they had never imagined, all thanks to the hidden treasure they had uncovered. The prospect of building a brighter future together filled them with hope and excitement. As the moon bathed the room in its silvery glow, Ali Baba and his wife lay nestled in their beds, their hearts overflowing with gratitude and anticipation for the adventures that awaited them. News of the treasure spread through the village like wildfire, reaching the ears of Ali Baba's greedy brother, Qasim. Consumed by envy, Qasim hatched a plan to seize the fortune for himself. Disregarding warnings of danger, he raced toward the cave, eager to claim the riches as his own. Upon arriving at the cave, Qasim confidently commanded, "Open sesame." The cave obediently swung open, revealing the magnificent treasure within. Overcome with greed, Qasim rushed inside, grabbing as much treasure as he could carry. But in his haste, he failed to notice the cave door slowly closing behind him. Suddenly, the ground trembled, sealing the cave's entrance. Qasim was trapped. In a panic, he turned, desperately seeking the exit, but it had vanished. Trapped in the darkness, Qasim screamed for help, his voice echoing through the empty chambers. His greed had led him to this dire situation, and now he faced the consequences alone. Meanwhile, the 40 thieves, unaware of Kasim's presence inside the cave, returned from their escapades. Their leader, with a mischievous grin, uttered the magic words, "Open sesame." The cave opened, and the thieves rode in. They had no idea that one of their own had been left behind. As they gathered in the cave's depths, discussing their plans, Kasim's cries grew fainter, adding an eerie soundtrack to their nefarious schemes. Little did the thieves know that their unsuspecting captive was hidden within their secret lair, waiting for an opportunity to escape, or worse, be discovered. Ali Baba's loyal slave girl, Morgiana, possessed remarkable intelligence and bravery. Upon hearing about her master's predicament, she hatched a brilliant plan to outsmart the thieves. She knew that to rescue Ali Baba, she needed to act swiftly and decisively. So with unwavering determination, Morgiana set her plan in motion. Disguised as a merchant, she approached the thieves' hideout, carrying a large oil jar. The thieves, always on the lookout for potential threats, noticed her and prepared to defend themselves. However, Morgiana, with a calm demeanor, assured them that she meant no harm. She explained that she was an oil merchant and wished to trade with them. Intrigued by her offer, the thieves agreed to lower their guard momentarily. Unaware that they were being outwitted, they allowed Morgiana to enter the cave, thinking they had the upper hand. Little did they know that Morgiana had already taken the first step in rescuing Ali Baba. Inside the cave, Morgiana pretended to unload her merchandise, keeping a sharp eye on the thieves. She knew that every second was crucial. As the thieves grew suspicious, Morgiana remained calm, maintaining her facade. She played her part perfectly, deceiving them into believing that she was just a simple merchant. But behind her innocent facade, Morgiana's mind was racing, devising ways to turn the tables on her captor. As the thieves closed in on Morgiana, their leader stepped forward, ready to make the final move. However, as he reached out to grab the oil jar, something unexpected happened. Morgiana, anticipating this moment, had cleverly poured boiling hot oil into the jar. The thief, caught off guard, let out a piercing scream as the hot oil splashed onto his body. Morgiana, with lightning-fast reflexes, grabbed another jar and hurled it towards the other thieves, drenching them in hot oil. Panicked and injured, the thieves stumbled around, desperately trying to extinguish the burning oil on their skin. Amidst the chaos, Morgiana freed herself from their grasp and ran towards the cave entrance. She knew that the only way to escape was to flee. As she dashed through the cave, the sound of the thieves' enraged shouts echoed behind her. Morgiana didn't dare look back. She ran with all her might, determined to reach safety. Finally, reaching the mouth of the cave, Morgiana collapsed, exhausted but victorious. Behind her, the cave entrance rumbled, collapsing and sealing the passage. The treasure remained untouched, hidden from the world once more. Freed from the threat of the thieves, Ali Baba and his family lived the rest of their days in peace. Morgiana, honored for her bravery and quick thinking, was given a beautiful necklace by Ali Baba's wife as a reward. The tale of Ali Baba and the 40 thieves became a legend, reminding people of the power of wit, courage, and loyalty. If you enjoyed this enchanting adventure, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to join us on our future journeys. Thank you for watching and joining us today. Until next time, may your days be filled with magic and wonder, just like Ali Baba and his faithful companion Morgiana. Goodbye.